Okay, so we are right now here in Cape Town, and we're going to do the tiniest of little excursions to warm Stanley's engine up and make sure everything works with the new diff. We're going to drive from Cape Town southeast along the coast to the southernmost point in Africa, which is not the Cape of Good Hope, but actually Cape Agulhas. And we'll go check that out, and then we will retreat back to Hermanus and see if we can see some whales, and maybe spend the night there and come back tomorrow. So this is not our grand departure for our big trip, but a little tiny warm-up. We don't even have all our stuff in there, but we want to make sure everything works before we take off. So that's the plan for today. Okay.
Begin in left, okay?
Yeah.
That's the bathroom.
Good to go.
So we're heading towards that lighthouse. Oh, look at the thatch on that house. 1 o'clock. And there's another one just beside it, but smaller, but really cute with the round ones.
But I love just all the
white reflective roofs. This is like it's a braaiing. Oh, we might have to have a little lunch or a little four-way stop, darling. You should feel right at home. So we've now just entered Agulhas National Park. Southernmost point of Africa. And we're here. Here it is. Okay, this is a wonderful three-dimensional map of the African continent.
We're starting here, and we're about to go north. So we're going to go up this way, right, honey?
Yeah, up through the middle there, through Botswana.
That's the Drakensberg there.
Yeah, and then you gotta cut. So here we have some of the dramatic escarpments of the Drakensberg found in South Africa and Lesotho. It's an extremely beautiful part of the continent, and we were lucky enough to do some trekking there back in 2017. Yeah, and then you got to cut to the right, and now you're in Zambia. Now you're in northern Zambia, and now you're cutting into getting closer to Tanzania. Yeah, Mount Meru and Mount Kenya in the back, and Kilimanjaro. So here, very distinctive shapes, although really not very much to scale. We have the Great Mountains of East Africa. And what we have first is Mount Meru, which was a volcano that blew itself out sideways, and then the huge cone of Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa. And then over there, the multiple jagged peaks of Mount Kenya. And I was lucky enough to climb all three mountains back in 1995 when I was half the age I am today. And then you're going up the Rift Valley, which is helpfully full of water. The thing full of water.
Well, of course. It's rifting.
And then you're going to go left across the Ethiopian highlands, and then you're going to find the Nile Valley.
There's a whole lot of water here.
That's the desert, ironically. But you can see on the right side, the Nile, the green.
This line all
Yeah.
the way around here. Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to follow that because now you're in the Sudan.
This is like a major catchment.
And then we're going up. And so down here in southern Africa near Lake Malawi is the start of the Great Rift Valley, and it runs up through Lake Malawi and then out to Lake Tanganyika and cross through Lake Victoria and then up into the Ethiopian highlands. You can see this really dramatic scar across the landscape, these giant escarpments that you find in Ethiopia and Eritrea, where in fact Africa is tearing itself apart along that. There's this giant gash, this opening. And then the Rift Valley pops out into the Red Sea, and the Red Sea is the northernmost extension. And so the whole eastern side of the African continent is torn by the Great Rift Valley, and we're going to be driving, much of our northbound route is going to be along it. So it's going to be a major feature. So here we have the greatest river of Africa, one of the great rivers of the world and of world history, the Nile. It rises in the highlands around Lake Tanganyika, and then it flows north into Lake Victoria through Uganda and then into South Sudan, and then through Sudan to Khartoum, which is where the White Nile is joined by the much larger but shorter Blue Nile, which carries water from the highlands of Ethiopia. And it flows down through a great gorge and then to Khartoum, and then through this giant S-bend that runs through Nubia, northern Sudan, and then southern Egypt, and then up into Egypt, where you can see that green strip that marks where Egyptian civilization happened along the banks of the Nile, and then north to the great delta of the Nile, which flows out into the Mediterranean. And then we're going up there, but maybe, what we hope, is right here. You're going to drive to the coast and sail away to Saudi. Cool! What a great
map.
And now, sadly, this is a section of Africa that we can't visit because of instability and political problems, the mountains of the Sahara, where I've always wanted to go, but it's just not going to be possible. So we have the mountains of the Tibesti, and then that's followed by the highest mountain of the Sahara, Emikusi, and then a little further along in Algeria, we have the mountains of the Hogar. All places that are absolutely full of ancient rock art and prehistoric sites. I would love to go there, but it's not going to happen, very sadly. But one place we are going to be able to go is the other mountains of the Sahara in the north, the Atlas, starting in Morocco and then going along the coast through Algeria and ending up in Tunisia. Now you're on.
So after we zip through Europe, we'll be coming around this side and crossing over to about here to Morocco.
Morocco must be up there.
Up here, right?
No, that's Tunisia. Morocco is there, yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah. And then all the way down the coast.
Then we're going to come back this way. This is the plan. We'll come around here.
Yeah, and then all the way through West Africa, Guinea, and now Ivory Coast, and Togo, Benin, and now Nigeria, and then
next stop around here, trot out to Cape Verde Island.
Cape Verde are over there. This would be to Sao Tome. We would go to Sao Tome from there, and then down the coast, Gabon, Congo, Republic of Congo, and now Angola and Namibia. And then finally, all the way back.
We have to get back our car,
further along the coast, we stopped off at Story Bay to see if we could see rays that often around this area, but it was too rough and it was too stormy. So we had lunch and then carried on food.
Hi everyone. So we're now in a lovely coastal community called Hermanus Bay, and it's famous for whales. And we just spotted 3 southern right whales just out here in the bay by those rocks. They've just gone down now, so we were having a lot of fun looking at them. It's a beautiful setting and a beautiful day. And just down here there's a naturally filled pool from just by this kelp forest just below us here. And it's still actually a bit chilly for swimming in my mind, but these guys are having a good time. So we're going to take a coastal walk now, and we're going to head out to my right for the first little while, and then come back, and then we'll go the other way around and see what else we can see. We're looking for birds,
more whales,
and just having a chance to stretch our legs, because we've spent too much time cooped up at one place trying to get the van ready. So today's going to be wonderful, and you can come along with us and we'll shoot some video and also take some really nice still photos.
So, we're here in Hermanus, and what I really love about this whole southern coast of South Africa is how rich it is in biodiversity. All these different kinds of plants. There must be 100 different species of plants just within arm's reach here. You can see some of the pretty flowers. I don't even know their names. The white ones, the purple ones, these sort of pinkish purple ones. Over there, a great sea of yellow flowers. And so this has been recognized, I think, by UNESCO as one of the great biodiversity hotspots of the whole world. The Cape Floristic Region, I think it's called. Anyway, it makes for marvelous walking, and it's just incredibly pretty. Oh yeah, look at that flapping.